Good morning, everybody. So let us continue the second part of the chapter, two stories about flying. In the previous period, we have discussed the first part of this chapter, that is first flight. And now the second part is about the black aeroplane. The black aeroplane. In the first part, we have seen the example of the seagull, that bird, and the way that had a phobia of the flying, not supporting wings, but at last due to the support of the family and the way that they encouraged, they prompted him, so that's why he was able to do his first flight. So now the second part, the black aeroplane. In this part that we have to see, this part is about the aeroplane. It means the first flight aeroplane. The way the pilot that he completed, that he did his first flight, that is what the description is given. Here in this part, three characters are given, but the major character is the narrator, and he is a pilot, and he is going back to England. It means, where is he going? He is going back from France, from Paris to England. England, for example, he wanted to go back to his family, and he wanted to have a nice breakfast with his family, night breakfast with family, and in between that he lost his way. So the narrator. Second character, the woman, as the unknown friend. First, before woman, so let us discuss about the unknown friend. It is not given here, clear name, etc. That is, nothing is given here in this story, because this man, unknown friend, he was also flying another aeroplane in the same situation, at the same place. He was flying the another black aeroplane, and he is also a pilot who was flying the black aeroplane and who helped the narrator when the narrator had been stuck in the clouds, in the storm, the time that he helped the narrator to come out of the storm. This is what the unknown friend. Next, the woman. Now here, it means she was working in the control room. She worked in the control room of and when she surprised, when the narrator landed safely, when he went to the control room to ask about that another aeroplane, black aeroplane, his pilot, that time she was surprised strangely that she looked at him. So this is what the three characters are here, but the major character, that is a narrator. So let us start with this story. It's a very interesting, nice, and the simple story is given by the narrator, that when the lesson starts, when the story starts, at the time narrator was flying to England, and that time, if we look at the atmosphere, for example, the moon was coming up in the sky. That was the night time. The moon was coming up in the sky in the east behind him, and the stars were shining. Sky was clear when he started his flight. That time the moon was in the east and stars were shining, and the sky was clear. No problem, nothing was there. Nothing. So the sky was clear and he was alone. He was alone there at that place, flying high up in the sky above the sleeping countryside. And that was sleeping countryside Paris, that he was alone flying to England. And he wanted to go to England. For what? At least he wanted to reach at that time till the breakfast. He wanted to have a fine breakfast with the family. So that is the intention. Why he? It means, why was he in a hurry? And he was so happy that because he would have the nice time of having the breakfast with the family. So that's why he was glad. And he was going, it means in his own way, that he was flying in his aeroplane. And the name of the aeroplane is given, that there was an old Dakota aeroplane. Name is given. For example, the name that is old Dakota aeroplane. The name is given here. For example, old Dakota aeroplane DS-088. This is the name of that aeroplane, and that was not sophisticated and something big one. That was an old, small, and it means old style. Such an aeroplane was there, and he was flying. And before that, he thought that let us inform to the control room. Let us talk to the control room. So that's why that it means he contacted towards it means to the control room of the Paris, and he informed it means and he said in his code language that it means in his code language that he asked the aeroplane that he switched on, and he said that on the radio, Paris control room Dakota, this and this name is given, old Dakota DS-088, can you hear me, can you hear me? That the reply came, yes, that we can hear you, that I am going this and this direction. Then he got the instruction that what you do, it means that you ought to turn in 12 degrees in the west there. So that's why after that he it means looked at the fuel, everything that he he took a turn. So this is what about the aeroplane. So after some time, what happened? The fear of the storm. When he was flying the aeroplane for the first, it means for the first few minutes there was no problem at all. But suddenly, it means suddenly that he saw when he was looking, it means to the nose of the flight, and only the lighting was there because it means above alone high that he was flying over the countryside, above the sleeping countryside, the Paris, and lighting that he could see. When he looked at the nose of the aeroplane, that he noticed it means, and when he after that when he looked in front of him, that time he noticed there was a kind of a cloud was there, almost there was a dark, a kind of a storm was there. So suddenly that he noticed that there was almost a dark clouds that he noticed there, and the Paris was almost 150 kilometers behind him, and a kind of a huge mountain, a kind of a black huge mountain. It seemed that dark clouds, and what to do? That was the question in his mind there. It means what to do now? He was in problem because in front of him a kind of a huge dark black mountain was there. In his clouds, cloud that he noticed, a kind of a cloud was there which looked like a mountain, and it means he could not cross that. He could not go above over that clouds, and he could not take it means a kind of around him also, that it was not possible around that black mountain or the clouds. That was also not possible for him. And going back to Paris, Paris also left 150 kilometers behind. So what to do there? That was the problem. What to do now that he was flying high alone above the sleeping countryside, and the dark cloud was there, almost the storm was there, a kind of it was stood in front of him just like a black mountain. So now the problem appeared. So what to do now? He had to take the decision. So at once that he took the decision that what did he say to himself? I will take the risk now. Many times this question has been asked there. The narrator said, I will take the risk now. What kind of the risk? The risk to go through the clouds, to go into the clouds, that storm, that he took the decision that I will find out the way. I would go through the storm there. So later on, when he took the decision and he went there. As soon as that he reached there, that he went through the storm, that almost suddenly it was dark. Everywhere that was dark or the black, nothing could be seen, nothing was visible, and outside the aeroplane also nothing was visible, only the darkness was there. So what to do now? Only he could see the dark. And he didn't know that where was he going, where he was at that time. It was unable to understand for him what to do now. He looked, it means he wanted to check his position, his location. So when he looked at compass, At that time, the compass was moving round and round and round, and it stopped. It means compass didn't work, it stopped working. That compass where he could locate his position. When he tried for the other instruments to other different instruments, that also stopped working. See now how the situation is there, how the dangerous situation he was now as a pilot. And after that, compass, other instruments, everything had been stopped that and nothing was visible. So what to do now? That was the problem in front of him there, and nothing was visible in front of him. Just like a kind of a black mountain was there. He had been stuck into the clouds or into the storm now, and where to go, how to go, etc. That was the problem in front of him. So what to do? No, nothing, no weapon, no instruments, nothing was working. So that's why after that, and he tried to contact to the Paris control room. In that condition also that he tried to contact to the Paris control room, but that condition also that it was not possible for him. So later on, after some time, that he noticed there was a black aeroplane, a kind of a fear of the storm, that he had a fear of the storm. So what to do now there? What to do? So he wanted to be there at the time of the breakfast with his family. He had to go, so that's why he took the risk. Next point, a risky but brave decision that he took. Which decision that he took? That to go to find out the way through the storm. That risky decision he took. So that's why before this I told you that he made the statement, I will take the risk. And he took the risk and he almost started his journey. He reached, it means he reached through that storm that he went. So the next point, the black aeroplane appeared. But suddenly, when he was in the problem, nothing was working. His compass, his instruments, his radio, control room, not able to contact, nothing. So that's at the same time, after some time that he noticed there was a black aeroplane. He noticed one black aeroplane was flying in front of him, at the side of him. Along with him, that he noticed one more black aeroplane, and that aeroplane that was without lights on its wings. One more strange thing that he noticed, on that aeroplane no lights, it means on the wings no lights, nothing was there. And he also noticed the pilot of that aeroplane, black aeroplane, he was looking at him, he was looking towards the narrator, and he was waving his hands, almost he was giving the signal that you follow me. Who was giving the signal? Who noticed? The narrator noticed that one black aeroplane was flying along with me, and later on it means then it went there in front of my aeroplane, and that pilot of that aeroplane I could see, he looked towards me, he was looking at me, and he was waving his hands, giving the signal that follow me, giving this means he gave the signal. Narrator understood. Narrator thought that he might have understood that I had been stuck here in this problem in the storm. I have lost my way and I am unable to come out of this storm. So that's why this man, this black aeroplane or this pilot is here for my help. So without any hesitation, the narrator followed him just like an obedient child. Right? Phrase is used just like an obedient child. The narrator followed him. He was going, that black aeroplane was flying in front of the narrator, and the narrator was just like an obedient child, because there was no way at all. Nothing was visible. He lost his way. So that's why it means that he obeyed, that he followed to that black aeroplane. And later on, after that incident there, and the narrator noticed that he had a fuel. That was almost the last tank of the fuel was there. Fuel was available, and that he could fly only 5 to 10 minutes more. Who could fly only 5 to 10 minutes more? The narrator. And it was not possible for him more than 5 to 10 minutes. But after half an hour that he noticed that in front of him, when he was he was thinking, he was worried about what to do now. After half an hour, what happened? At the same time that he noticed, what did he notice the narrator? That narrator noticed after half an hour that suddenly he saw two bright lines. He had already noticed that I had fuel only which I could fly 5 to 10 minutes more, not more than that. After half an hour that he noticed that not that much fuel is available in his last tank or the last one tank, fuel tank. And after that, suddenly that he saw two bright lines in front of him when he was worried about the fuel, etc. Suddenly that he noticed in front of him that two bright lines, and definitely that was the runway, right? It was a runway. That two lines means that was a runway. It means the narrator that he reached his destination safely, that he had to land now. He landed safely there at that place without any problem. He landed at last, the narrator landed safely, and when he landed safely, at the time the narrator gave a sigh of relief. Why did he give a sigh of relief? Because from that storm where he had lost his way, and because of that black aeroplane, that pilot only, that he was able to get out of the storm on this storm or this problem, only because of that black aeroplane. And when he landed safely, that he came out of his aeroplane, and the name is given, that Old Dakota, that he came out of Old Dakota without wasting the time, and he did not feel sorry. Statement is used in our book, in our textbook. When he landed there, when he coming out of his aeroplane, the narrator, Old Dakota aeroplane, that he did not feel sorry. Why he did not feel sorry? Because the reason, statement that I landed and was not sorry to walk away from the Old Dakota. This statement is given. Why did the narrator say that he did not feel sorry to walk out of Old Dakota? Because the question is there. Because the answer is in such a way, this Old Dakota, this was a kind of old aeroplane, not a big one, not big, and plus not sophisticated. Sophisticated means advanced. Almost we could say that was not an advanced aeroplane, and that was a small one, not the big one. And the narrator was not feeling safe. So that's why the narrator said that I did not feel sorry when I was coming, walk out of Old Dakota. So this is the reason, right? So later on, now the story comes here. Narrator landed safely. After that, when he came out of his aeroplane, directly that when he saw here and there, but nothing was there in the sky that time, before landing, when he came out of the storm, that he looked here and there, but the sky was empty. Only his aeroplane was there. Aeroplane was flying in the sky. And after landing, directly without wasting the time, that he went to the control room. Who went to the control room? The narrator went to the control room. And he asked to that woman or the lady who was sitting there. He asked that who was there in the sky? Which aeroplane was there in the sky along with my aeroplane? I want to thank to that pilot because he saved my life. Who said? The narrator said to the lady who was sitting at the control room, that desk, that I want to know the name of that pilot. I want to meet that pilot. Why I want to meet that pilot? Because I want to thank him. He saved my life. Now, when the woman heard, at that time she surprised. She looked at him. Strangely that she looked at him. So the question, why did she strangely look at him? That woman who was sitting at the desk or the control room. Because later on that woman informed the narrator that only, it means your aeroplane was there, only your plane was there which was flying in the storm. I could see on the radar only your aeroplane, nothing was there, the sky was empty. Nobody was there, only your aeroplane was which had been flying through the storm. The narrator was surprised, so that's why the lady surprised when he asked about the other aeroplane, because nobody was there, nothing was there, only one aeroplane was flying. All the flights had been already cancelled, everything had been done. Only one aeroplane was there, and that was the narrator's aeroplane. So that's why the woman surprised when the narrator asked her about the another aeroplane and the pilot's name. And now the narrator surprised, how is it possible? Because of that black aeroplane, only that black aeroplane and the pilot that I was, now today I am safe, right now that I am safe. I have been saved only because of that aeroplane. And this lady said that no other aeroplane was in the sky. Only I was flying. How is it possible? So the narrator was confused. He was worried that he started thinking, what happened? Who was that man who helped me? And that aeroplane, etc. started thinking, and here is the end of the story. Right? Now here the narrator talks about these two stories. Actually the narrator wanted to say these two stories. If we look at the theme of this chapter, that what should be the theme of this chapter? Can you guess? What should be the theme of the chapter? So definitely both the stories are inspiring stories. Both are inspiring stories. It teaches us that whenever we are in problem, that don't give up, don't lose your hope. Don't lose your hope. It means don't give up. Try your best. Persistence. Right? It means when the narrator was in problem, when this pilot was in problem, that time he didn't give up, that he took the brave decision. And whenever we are in problem, that we should show the courage and we should not fear. It means no fear. And in the first part also that we saw about the first flight, when the bird, that seagull, was unable to fly. Why that bird was unable to fly? Only due to the fear, phobia of the flying. Because that bird thought, that seagull thought that in the first part, if I fly now, so what would happen? My wings would not support me. And so that's why what would happen? I would fall down into the sea, water. That was the fear. Right? So the narrator says that we should not fear, that we should show courage or the bravery at such time. And we should try. And definitely the importance of the family and the friends is given here. Importance of the family and friends. Because in the first part, that seagull was able to fly. Why? Only due to the support of the family. Because family supported him, that seagull, encouraged her, maybe in the different forms, but it encouraged or prompted him. So that's why it was possible. They created such a situation. That's why it was possible for him to fly. Maybe taunting, scolding, or the other things, threatening. But they created such a situation by which that he was compelled to take step ahead. So that's why it is given. So all these things are given here, that we should not fear, that we should show the courage or the bravery in such a times, in such a dangerous situation, in such a problem. So that's why it is all about given the two stories about flying. Because as a learner, whenever, for example, we are learning anything for the first time, so fear that is usual, it means we can understand, it comes. But we have to start as a human being, that definitely we have to start everything that we have to start somewhere or anywhere at the first time. At some place that we have to start it. So that's why the writer says that whenever the parents are doing something for us, that they are scolding, taunting, chiding, or anything, sometimes punishment, this is only for us, that we should take it in a positive manner and we should go ahead. Right? So this is what the theme is given. Summary of this chapter, two parts are given. First part about first flight, seagull, and the second part is about the black aeroplane, which was a kind of a mysterious thing. One more question is coming in this black aeroplane second part. So what do you feel? What do you think about this this black aeroplane? We could say that this might be a part of his hallucination, maybe the part of his imagination. It happens that the narrator, he could have helped himself, he himself helped him, himself helped. So that's why this is what the problem, this is what we could say that the conclusion of this part, the black aeroplane. His own spirit, his own courage that helped him to come out of the storm. There was no aeroplane, this is a clear-cut thing. No black aeroplane, nobody there. Neither black aeroplane nor any kind of the pilot was flying at that time. Only his aeroplane was flying. So the narrator, he himself helped him. He helped himself there at that time. So this is what the conclusion is there. So the summary of the two parts, and this is what the clear-cut theme is given. You go through the chapter line by line. It is a very easy chapter. Simple language is given for to understand. You will understand, right? And discuss, deal with the questions and answers. So now, here is the end of the chapter. I hope that you understand each and everything. So we will stop here now. Thank you and have a nice day.